Hello, my beautiful people. How is everybody doing? Yes, I'm really excited to make another video. I don't know, making videos is this exciting. It's alright. Yeah, I'm happy to see you here. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Priscilla, though I love to be called Silla. Yeah, okay, from this video, I'll be calling myself Silla because I just like the name, Priscilla, Silla. Okay, yeah, if you've watched the previous video I made, you know that the topics I treated in that video, which are the meaning of mental health and mental health problems. So we have to treat another topic from them. Okay, so if you have not watched the video, I'll link it up so you go and watch it because that's continuation of what we're going to do now. Okay, just like I said, brief. I like straight to the point things, don't leave my role. Okay, yeah. So what we're going to talk about today is how to know when someone has mental illness. Yes, mental illness cannot be seen, but from people's behavior, you will know. Though some of the symptoms, not symptoms per se, some of the signs that will tell you someone might be battling with mental illness can happen on its own without the mental illness. You understand? Okay, so let's just go into how to know the subtle signs in people's behavior that will tell you. Number one, when someone has low self-esteem, when the person is frustrated, always angered, like things that doesn't used to make the person angry in the past now makes the person angry. That's another way to know. Then behavioral problems. Someone that used to be calm, all of a sudden the person will be showing outbursts. Normal behavior, something that is perceived as normal. The person won't be able to do them anymore. Behavioral problems, school learning problems. Someone, going to school is not easy. It's not everybody that can go to school, study and remember. But mind you, someone that used to go to school and do school things in the past, all of a sudden, the person cannot concentrate in class, the person cannot make good grades anymore. That's another way to know. Then feeling stressed. Remember, in the previous video, I mentioned that mental health relates to the way you handle stress. So if someone that used to be calm or knows how to manage stress in the past, all of a sudden, person starts becoming overwhelmed with stress. No matter how little it is, that's a sign. Then too much worry, like worrying over things, unnecessary things, future things, conjuring scenarios in your head to worry about them. That's a sign. Sleeping problems, like when you start having insomnia, that's not sleeping, or sleeping too much, that is a sign. Then eating problems, not eating or eating too much. You understand? Okay, now I want to talk about all of them. Not today, but the first one, we'll talk about it now. And later on, we'll be talking about each one. So understand how they can relate to mental health problems and how they can happen on its own. Okay, now the first one we mentioned was low self-esteem. So, what is low self-esteem? Low self-esteem is the way we think about ourselves, the value we place on ourselves. So let's assume that you as a person, not minding the way other people see you, because of course, all of them won't have the same perception about you. But you, as a person, how do you feel about yourself? So that means when you feel normal, like practical, in a practical way about yourself, your self-esteem is normal. But people with low self-esteem, they have negative judgments about themselves. They always judge themselves. They think badly of themselves, even though most times it might not be true. But that's the way they perceive themselves. And seeing themselves that way affects their behavior in every way. Most especially when you're telling them something good they have done, because they already have pre-existing bad judgment or assumption about themselves. They will not accept it. They'll be like, you're lying, it's not true. So that's how people with low self-esteem behaves. Okay, most times people confuse low self-esteem with self-confidence. Let me differentiate the two. Self-esteem is how you perceive yourself, the value you place on yourself, while self-confidence is how well you're able to perform in a given activity in some areas of your life. For example, if you are good, you are eloquent. When they bring something up that will entail you to speak in front of people, because it's something you are good at doing, you have self-confidence, good self-confidence in doing that. You will not question your abilities because you know you can do it. Or if you're good with cooking, let's say cooking, and they bring particular food that you know how to prepare very well. Let's say jollof rice is popular. Okay, then you won't shake, you won't panic, because this is what you know how to do. That is a good self-confidence. I have self-confidence in this, I can do this. But self-esteem is the value you place on yourself. You see the difference? Okay, so how to know when someone have low self-esteem? There are so many ways to know. Just like I said, it's not something, it can happen because of some things that you have no control over. It mustn't be you having it means you have mental illness, and you having it means it's a serious illness. No, it's not. Let's go on. How to know you have low self-esteem? You always say negative things about yourself. Someone with low self-esteem always have negative things to say about themselves. That is the first one. The next one is making bad jokes about yourself. You know there's power in the word of mouth. Like anytime you tell them, let's just give an example. Let's say my ear is very big. Excuse me. Let's say my ear is big and I'm conscious about it, and it's giving me low self-esteem. My ear is not big. It's just an example. Okay. When it's time to make jokes, I'll just say, hey, see my big ear, something like that. Kind of to tell people that I know my ear is big and I've already accepted it, and to make them start seeing it that way. Just, maybe one or two persons like that, always making bad jokes about themselves. That's another way to know. Another one is focusing on the negatives. Like something can happen in someone's life. Instead of seeing, let's say, for example, I was called upon to speak on some things, and I stuttered. I forgot some words, but I was good up till that point. I forgot some words and I caught myself. But after the speech, I'll go back and be telling myself, you did really bad, you didn't do well. Why did you forget this word? Just this one word. Just that one word I forgot will make me forget the message I passed across to people, how I made people feel, how people were clapping for me after the speech. But you dwell so much on that bad thing. So they focus on the negatives and forget the positives. Most times they don't even notice the positives. From the beginning, they already started thinking of the negatives, like thinking of where the negatives are to pick on them. That's how to know. Another way is blaming themselves when things go wrong. Once things go wrong, they'll forget about every other person, every other factor that got in play, that were in play in that particular thing. Once it goes wrong, they'll say it's me. I know I cannot do it here. That's why. Blaming themselves when things are wrong. Okay, the next one is thinking other people are better. Once they are in the midst of people, they will already start telling themselves, this one is higher, this one is taller, this one is more beautiful. They'll go to a corner and hide. That's way to know. The next one is thinking they don't deserve fun. Most times they'll be at home when they are called for events, they will just stay and not go because they feel they deserve to be indoors and not be seen. Another one, not accepting compliments. I said it in the past. When you tell them, oh, your face is beautiful, they say, but I have a big ear. You say, hey, you're beautiful, your clothes is fine, your clothes is so gorgeous. They will tell you, but I have a stain here, I have a tore here. You see, never accepting compliments. If you tell them, oh, you have PhD, they tell you PhD, but I don't have money. So, finding it hard to accept compliments. Another way to know. Then the next one is avoiding challenging themselves because they are afraid they will fail. Yes, everybody are afraid of failure at some point, but what differentiates you from the other person is going for it. You don't have to, nobody makes it from the first start. You have to start, fail, learn from your mistakes, and then become perfect. No one becomes perfect from the womb. You have to do something a series of times, then you'll be able to gain experience and be able to make it. So when someone is excessively afraid of failing, that's a sign to know. Okay, being overly upset when they get criticism. You know, criticism is good. Criticism is when someone picks out the bad things from what you did. Let's say what you didn't do well, they give you, they criticize it by telling you how you didn't do it well. So when we check this thing, when we check criticism on its own, you'll see that it's constructive because it will help you to know areas you didn't do well to improve on it next time. Most times when you're doing, like the way I'm doing this YouTube video, I don't know where I'm not doing it right until I finish, watch it again, then I'll be able to correct myself. And some of the areas I might think I'm doing it right, but someone else will comment or reach out to me, you're not doing this right. Good. If I have low self-esteem, I'll just not accept it, being angry, this person is thinking I didn't do it right. But normal, healthy self-esteem will pick on those things, cross-check it, make changes where you need to make changes on. Okay, now we've known ways to know when someone has low self-esteem, because most times people have low self-esteem, they won't even know. They won't know the cause or how to help themselves. And yes, that'll be all for today's video. And if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by. Thank you. And I hope to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. If you have any comments, any contribution, whatever, please comment below. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Bye.